This is an app walkthrough, the purpose of which is to show you the app is real and how it's going to work. One thing to note is that this is obviously an early version of the app. While the bands are undergoing the manufacturing process, the app will also continue to be developed, more features will be added, and then polished as well. So let's get right into it. This is the home screen, which serves as the hub of the entire app. You can see your last 3 workouts, your all-time workout stats, and access a few different things from program creation to your daily inputs. And finally, of course, the start workout button. So we'll start with the workout since that is obviously the main purpose of the app. So we'll hop over there right now. So this is what the workout screen looks like in its ready state. We'll go through as if we are doing a lift. So we will open up the top, which is the exercise selection. You can sort through the different exercises based off what they are. So barbell, dumbbell, cable, machine, etc. For the demo, we'll keep it simple. We'll do dumbbell curls. And as we select that, you'll be able to see the different things you can choose. So you have equipment, your weight, the start and stop periods, which we discussed in a separate video. So you can watch and read elsewhere to learn about how that mechanism works. You can select warm-up set so it doesn't count against your workout totals. And then there's more options for people who like to get really specific with what they're doing with their lifts. So you have grip orientation, grip position. You can enter target reps if you want. There's set intent, which as you can see, marks exactly what you're trying to do with that set. So when you go back to it, you know exactly what you were doing. And then single side and alternating are important markers for the bands. So they know that if you're doing, say, alternating dumbbell curls, how to track the tempo and sides for that. So we'll save and return. We'll do the quick demo real quick so you can see what the app actually looks like live as you go through a set. So press the button for the countdown. You can see it gets into countdown mode. And then as soon as we start the set, it starts tracking upwards. It shows your live eccentric and concentric, your live time under tension, and then obviously the reps. Once your set is logged, it automatically starts your rest time, and the bands will alert you when there's 15 seconds left, so you don't even have to look at the app. The bands keep you up to date. We'll scroll down to see exactly what was tracked. So we just did 3 reps here. You can see the different tempos, the time under tension, your average tempo. So this is what every track set is going to look like for you. So we'll end the workout here so you can see what the app does when that happens. So we'll end the workout and then you get a full post-workout summary. So you get to see your total numbers, how they compare versus your last session. And when I say last session, that's the comparable last session. So if it's a pull day, it only compares against your last pull session. The progressive overload score and progression numbers are a pro feature. You can learn about that in the pro section. You get a per exercise breakdown. The quality scores are also a pro feature, but you do get the full breakdown of the actual set in the free tier. So we'll go back to the main screen, and from there we'll jump right into the history. History's a little all over the place. I have about 4 different Tensio apps that I train across to test features. So you can see some of these also only have a few sets. So we'll jump into one that's an actual workout. Your workout history is unlimited with the free tier, and it breaks down your whole workout. You get an analysis, which is that post-workout analysis we just looked at, so you can see it anytime after your workout. Obviously, you can see all of the sets with a quick breakdown of the average tempo, your weight and reps, and everyone drops down to look like this. So all of this data is always saved for you. You can go back and see what all of your sets look like. Again, just showing you how the breakdown looks. You have your concentric, eccentric. This one's tracking pause. The full breakdown. This one has fatigue onset, which is also a pro feature. But every single set you do is saved. So we'll go into the settings because this is also important. As I mentioned, the entire point of the Tensio app is that it's customized to you. And maybe you don't want to see all the metrics. I currently have all of the metrics turned on. And the first thing I did to help simplify things is that when you set up the app, you get to choose a persona. And that persona auto selects certain things that show, so that if you do want a simple one or you want all of the metrics, you can pick it all in one click. But if you do want to edit them, you can go in, you can see everything is controllable, so you can customize your workout screen to exactly what you want to see, including the set card. So if you don't want to have to see everything that comes with the bands, say you don't care about your symmetry or your time under tension or even your tempo, you just want to see reps and weight, you can turn everything off except your reps and weight. So we'll go through just to demo how this works. I'll turn off most of the things that exist in the set card, and then we can go take a quick look at it. So I'll wrap up here and we'll jump over. Look at a different workout this time. We'll just select one at the top, take a look at the bench press, and there you can see you only have your reps and your tempo breakdown. You can even turn that off if you really want to, but just shows you how simple it can be and how customizable it is to what you want. So from here, we'll jump over into the per exercise screen. So you just have to press on the exercise name. I'll select the bench press, and you can see a historical summary of your work in that exercise. So you can see your best set ever, your asymmetry trends, your tempo trends, recent sets, and how their performance was. You can even drop down and see the numbers for those recent sets. And at the bottom, you can see your different PRs for that exercise. So yeah, the idea here is simply just to let you have an in-depth view on a per exercise basis so you can quickly look and see your trends, your recent performances, and everything you want to know about that exercise. We'll go back to the menu screen real quick. You have cloud syncing so that your profile saves across different devices if you want, or if you ever get a new device or anything like that. And then just other various settings. I'm currently working on adding an audio side of Tensio. So the bands obviously communicate through buzzing, but if you're somebody who wears headphones and would prefer audio to buzzing, that's something you'll be able to turn on. So now I'll go back to the home screen and we'll get right into programming. So the free tier has unlimited programming. Tensio will have starter programs for people that don't want to make their own, and then you can import programs from elsewhere. But for now, we'll just use the create program function. So we'll get right into it. You can name it, put a description, and then add days. So we'll just call this one test, and we'll select add day. We'll leave it at day 1, and we'll go through adding an exercise. So just pick the first one, barbell bench press. You can choose the equipment. Put in your set, your weight, target reps if you want, set intent. You can set your start and stop periods and your rest time based off of what you'd like them to be for that specific exercise. Again, can choose single side, alternating, superset, your grip, etc. We'll put in 225 so we have a set in. You can automatically add a set for that same exercise. It'll keep the weight. There's also a drop set function over in the top right. And this is a cool function. You put in the drop weights below, and then instead of stopping when you press the stop button, it actually will buzz and take you to the next part of the drop set. So that's a cool function. We'll go back to activate the program, and then we will go back to the home screen, and you'll see a few different things here. So the first thing you'll notice is that now instead of a blank home screen, you'll see that the program day is there. You can start workout, or you can do freestyle if you don't want to follow your program for the day. And then below that, you see a pro tier feature, which is insights from your last session. So the reason there's one here is because I've had programs named day 1 before. This is very much still a work in process. So these are sort of stand-ins, but it gives you a general idea of how those advanced insights might work. And so we'll go into the last piece, which is the daily inputs. These daily inputs feed the correlation engine, which is a feature I am super excited about. So putting the inputs in is going to be available for the free tier if you want to track them yourself. But the correlation engine is a pro tier feature. And what it does is take all of the information that we are about to go through, all of the information from these daily inputs, and it is able to correlate and give you information on how it impacts your training in the gym. So let's go through it so you can see what there is. So we'll start with what you can see here on the screen. You have recovery and sleep. You can track metrics from your recovery score, your sleep score, HRV, resting heart rate, all of that important stuff. So it actually, instead of competing with other wearables, Tensio is pulling them in to show you how the metrics these wearables track actually impact your lifting. So these can all be entered manually, but I am currently working on automating everything. Apple Health Kit's already integrated, but trying to integrate other platforms like Whoop and Aura. So next is nutrition. This is obviously a huge one for lifters. You can log your calories, your macros. Again, as with the last section, I am working on integrations with calorie tracking apps so that it pulls it in automatically. And this is something I'm excited about because you'll be able to see exactly how your nutrition is impacting your lifting. So you can also track strain and cardio and activity so you can see how your cardio might impact your lifting. Additionally, you can log your body weight and then subjectively how you feel. And then the pre-workout meal is an interesting feature. So the idea behind it is that you log your pre-workout meal specifically. And what that does is save to every workout you do. And over time, the correlation engine will be able to tell you how your pre-workout meal affects your lifts and what timing, what sort of macro makeup, and how many calories optimize your output in the gym. So I'll wrap it up here. Like I said, the app is going to have a lot more polish and even more features by the time the bands arrive to you post-manufacturing. So this is just a preliminary walkthrough. Expect a lot more to come.